guys, it's me, Mandy, and I am so freaking excited to be here today with the one and only Courtney. I went to high school with Courtney, and she has been living in Alaska, and she moved back to Utah. And she's like, first thing first is hair needs to be done. Because guess what? This is all virgin hair. We're so freaking excited. Courtney's been growing out her hair. I mean, you've had long hair your whole life.
My whole life.
Your whole life. But I mean, and why wouldn't she? Because she has the best texture of hair, and so grow out your hair if it's this good texture. So what we're gonna be doing today is we're taking her from virgin to not virgin. Hair virgin is going away. So we are actually going to be cutting off about a good solid 3 inches. She still wants the length, and we are gonna take her as light as we can, but still keep it more calm. So we are adding, and we're gonna be doing a balayage in her hair, and we're gonna be probably doing more of what the technique that I like to say is more of like a sombre. It's not an ombre, it's not a melt, it's going to be a mixture of dimensions all over the place. So it's going to be so pretty, and guess what else? We are going to be painting her hair today with all lightener. We're not gonna be using clay lightener, we're gonna be using regular lightener because I need the level of lift that I can get. So we're gonna show you the consistency and the ratio I like to use with just regular lightener. And we're so excited. How excited are you?
So excited.
She's gonna have a good change today. Transformation Tuesday.
I know, it's a big deal.
Okay, so let's get going. All right, so we are back here at the color bar, and we are gonna be using Magic Lightener because I actually need the levels of lift, and Magic Lightener lifts up to 10 levels. So the ratio I'm gonna be doing is about 3 to 1, so 3 scoops of lightener. And then I'm going to be using 20 volume in the back of her hair, and then I'm gonna convert over to like probably 40 volume around the face. So the consistency has got to be thick. Obviously, if you're gonna be using this, like substituting it as clay lightener, you're gonna want the consistency to be pretty thick. So I'm going to see what I think of that. The one thing though I have learned, and I just want you guys to know this because I know I use a Magic Lightener quite a bit. If you use Magic Lightener's developer, guess what doesn't happen? It doesn't swell. So if you use a different off-brand like Color Capture that I've used in the past, it will make the lightener swell. But the developer that goes with Magic, because they're both ammonia free, it won't make it swell. So that's a pretty good consistency right now. I could probably work with that based on painting. It will thicken up a teeny tiny bit, but not too much. So let's work with that, and I am not actually gonna be using Olaplex. She has virgin hair. I'll be giving her an Olaplex treatment at the end, but I will be putting in my Rejuvenate oil. All right, so we are starting off, and we are gonna work on the back of her head first. She has a lot of hair. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm gonna be taking sections diagonally against her hair. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just put in here a couple teases right here, like soft teases. And then what I do wanna do is I'm gonna work with an entire section like this. And what I wanna tell you guys is based on your tension, because if you're working with someone that has a lot of hair like this, usually you're holding it out like way low and you're not gonna have control. So start up here on the very top, and then you're gonna start working very softly. You're not gonna really dig in too deep, and you're gonna start working with your V's and your W's. And I'm not pressing hard at all. You wanna feel like you have enough control, and when you're not using clay lightener, you wanna make sure you're pressing the softest you can. So as I get further down the hair, obviously the tension is staying the same. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a little bit of this lightener that I have on my brush, and I'm gonna paint up and kind of create a little bit of that baby light look through the middle right through here. But we're still gonna keep out that dimension through the V's right through here. There are gonna be a few spots that are gonna be more surface. This is gonna be more of a surface. We're gonna take the back of my hand, because it's a good little trick, and we're gonna just saturate those ends, because we do want the ends to be as light as we can. So making sure everything looks very smooth, solid. Take the back of your comb and smoothen things out. And then if we lift up, I want you guys to see the back of this hair. This is a surface solid section here. And then back through here, this will be the dimension. And the next section, I'm gonna be going and doing it a little bit more heavier. So How you want to work this technique is if you have your client who's like, I want some platinum pieces, and then if you have your client who's like, I want some caramel pieces, I am going to be working with some different techniques where I saturate. The more you saturate, the more blonde you're going to get. The less saturation, the less blonde. So there are going to be certain spots and areas that I will be saturating more. All right, so really quick, I want to tell you guys what's super important about when you are holding your tension with your section. A lot of this goes off of body movement. So right here, I'm working on this right side, and if I were to go in here and try to create a V over here, I'm not going to be at my prime, because what's happening is this is lagging right here. So I'm going to teach you guys. I'm going to work with one section here. Start my V right here, making it very soft and smooth, lightly touching. And then I'm going to start going over here now. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to move over, and I'm going to make sure that this is tight right through here, because if it wasn't, I would not have any control. So move around the hair, keep it tight, and keep your elevation going. And then you guys can move back and forth. Don't be worried if this is going to touch the next section or not. It's not, that's really not a worry in the world. So we are on the top of her head, and I have mixed up another batch of lightener. We did take it over to 40 volume, and we added 1/8 ounce of Olaplex. So it's gonna stay all nice and healthy. And now what I like to do with this top section of this hair is, because she does part her hair in a specific spot, but then she also will kind of run her hands through her hair, I'm going to be taking, just with my finger, a zigzag part diagonally. And if you can kind of see up close, it's a pretty small zigzag. And the reason why you want to do the zigzag is because you're going to have the hair blend a ton better. So I'm just working off of pie sections like this. Like up here on the top, we're working with like a triangle pretty much is what we're doing. And then sectioning off. And then I will show you here on the top, I'm working with very small sections right here on the top of the head, because all this is going to overlay all over everything, and so we want to make sure it's light blonde and small tedious sections. Here on the top section, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 teases, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to weave out, and then this section right here is going to be her dimension, which will be pretty with her nice low lights throughout here. And then I'm actually going to take a foil, and I want to start using foils up here on the top because I'm going to do a little bit more of saturation. So up here on the top of the head, we do want to start merging over to the foils, and there's a reason why I want to do that. I want to really dig in to this hair and put a lot of pressure. I'm not working too soft anymore. So I'm going to do a little bit of some baby lights throughout the top here. And the reason why the foils come into play is because we want, again, to be able to have this product seep to the underside of the hair. Up here through the top, you want to make sure you're using the consistency of your lightener. You want it to look more like toothpaste because you want it to be more forgiving up here, meaning more blended. So I'm going to go through here, feather up through here, and then just for security, I'm going to take a nice clean brush and just make sure it's all clear up through here so it's transitioned really nicely. We are back here at the color bar. We are going to be toning her hair. She lifted pretty dang good, and I'm going to be using a variety of 9 levels, and I'm going to be using 9T, 9B, 9N, and 9P. So we're going to be doing equal parts of everything. So starting with 9P, I'm going to do 0.5 ounces there. 9N is one of my very favorite colors. It's like a good neutral, so if you have a client who's like, I want to be ashy but kind of still neutral, 9N is one of my favorites. 9B is always a go-to. So we're just doing 0.5 on each. And then Chrome, which is 9T. So we're going to just kind of stabilize this being more of a neutral toner. And then of course, we're using Shades EQ there. And then I am going to dilute it just a little bit and kind of give it a good glaze with Crystal Clear, mixing that on up. And if you want, you can add a thickener to Shades EQ. I don't have to right now in this situation just because I know I'm going to be kind of toning this, so I want the consistency of like the gloss in here. And the reason why it looks more warm is because of the neutral, the N we added in here. But then it will oxidize on the hair and it will turn more of a perfect ashy neutral. To wash her, I am cocktailing the Intense Repair Treatment Shampoo. I'm going to use about 50-cent piece size. I'm going to be using the Renew shampoo, and this is the Balance line. Cocktailing these two together will do a lot of different benefits to the hair. As both of them kind of state, like the Intense Repair will help kind of stimulate hair follicle. And then the Balance will go in and it will stabilize the pH balance in the hair. So when I feel I need more products, I'm going to just take some water and kind of run it around over the hair just for a second and let it run over and that will help me lather a little bit better as well. Okay, so we are finished with her hair, you guys. We are so freaking happy about the results. Can we just see? Can we just see all this amazing dimensional blonde? We want you guys to get up close. Do we see that we have platinums in here along with some caramel tones using all lightener? And guess what? Let me be 100% real with you guys. It was a slight challenge because of the consistency, and I wanted to challenge myself, and I'm so happy I did it because it looks beautiful. Look down. So her natural color is beautiful, so we obviously left out that. And turn your head to the side. You guys can just see that blend. Looks so amazing. Perfect amount of dimension. Turn your head to the other side. Yes, do you guys see? So, the trick to doing what I did today is go very light on your lightener, meaning with the way you're painting it on, just go very light on the surface painting. We cut about 3 inches off, and I just want you guys to see how freaking pretty. I'm so happy with the results. How do you feel about your new hair?
I just love it. You've transformed me.
I know. Well, it wasn't hard.
Me.
It wasn't hard at all. She's really pretty to transform, but it wasn't hard, and she can now go home to be a mom to her 2 beautiful kids with new hair.
With new hair? Like a new woman.
Merry Christmas to you all. Okay, well, you guys, if you like this video, comment below. Let us know. Give me a big fat thumbs up, obviously, and request some videos. What you guys want to see next, tell me, because I need to know. And we'll hopefully cover those for you guys. Anyways, I love you all. Have a great day.